The newest addition to the starting lineup on the Bills' offensive line. It is left guard Ryan Bates joining us as our fresh off-the-field interview is brought to you by Austin Air, the official clean air provider of the Buffalo Bills. And, Ryan, I want to start here because you're playing right guard, in Week 16 in New England, and then Ike Butker goes down, unfortunately, and is lost for the game. And then the musical chair starts in the middle of the game. And, you say, right guard, left guard, what's the difference? But I got to imagine that's a heck of a midstream, mid-game switch. How did you kind of keep your bearings with that? I know you're a versatile guy. You've been a backup almost all 5 spots. How much did that prior knowledge help you make that switch midstream?
It helped me so much. A lot of people don't understand what it's like to switch sides of the ball, going from right guard to left guard or right tackle or left tackle. I explain it to people when they ask. It's almost like, if you're a righty, try writing your name with your left hand. If you're a lefty, try writing your name with your right hand. It's two different, it might be the same position, but it's two different things, left and right. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to, throughout the season, have to play multiple positions. I was prepared for that moment.
What was the vibe like in the offensive line room going through that first half or 3/4 of the season when it was going to be a different combination of guys up front almost every week or every other week? How did you guys handle that going through that?
No, everyone handled it great. We're here to win. It doesn't matter who plays what position. All of us just want to win games. That's all that matters at the end of the day. We want to score more points than the other team. And so if someone's got to play guard instead of tackle or tackle instead of guard, center instead of guard, we just want to win games at the end of the day.
And, Ryan, I know linemen are not the ones to pat themselves on the back very much. It's just not in your guys' nature more often than not. But knowing that this offense's identity going into this season was largely a throwing offense with Josh at quarterback, what level of pride does it give you and the guys up front that you have been largely responsible for making this offense truly multiple now with the run game?
Yeah, every game starts up front with the O-line and D-line. And, I think we've been doing a great job so far in the run game and in the pass game. We really started getting our running game going these last couple weeks. And we're really, we're a two-dimensional team. We can run the ball, throw the ball. We can do really what we want on the field because we have capable bodies. Everybody, great players here. Obviously, you've seen what we do on game day. We have a lot of special people in this building.
How much, just to kind of get into it, how big a difference is it now 4 weeks later or 5 weeks later than it was that first half that you got a chance to plug in with these 5 guys in New England? How big a difference is there now in your play than there was then?
We always had the same mindset, going in where whoever we were playing, we had the same mindset, whether it was the Patriots, with the Jets, Miami, anybody in our division or anybody, we were playing out of our division. We always had the same mindset. We were going to go, execute the game plan, whatever we had that week, whether we were running the ball, throwing the ball. We just stayed true to our technique and our coaching.
I was always curious about this, Ryan, with respect to the relationship between running backs and the guys blocking for them up front. You often hear quarterbacks and receivers often talking in between plays, at practice, in games, between series, what have you, about, hey, what's your body language going to be here on this? I'm curious, does Devin talk to you guys at all about the way in which you're going to block it up, or if you've got, a combo and then you're climbing, how you do that body language? Does Devin go into those details with you guys as far as how each of you individually choose to handle those? I mean, I know Coach Johnson has techniques that he coaches you on, but I'm just curious, is there that kind of discussion between you and the running back?
Not as much discussion between players. Sometimes, actually, there was a couple of instances where I think it might have been the Patriots game where, hey, he told us, hey, I'm going to hit it more downhill than I usually do. Because in the beginning of the week, we go through the running backs reads, whether it's the front side backer, whether it's A gap, B gap, C gap, or whether it's the down line, first down line and play side. He's got his reads and his progressions that he's got to go through any run play we have.
Right.
And there have been a couple of instances here and there where he tells us, hey, it might be like an RPO and Josh might be reading the backside defensive end, and he's playing it kind of weird, and Josh would come up, or Devin would come up to us, hey, I'm gonna hit him more downhill, just so you guys know. So it might not hit front side; it's gonna be hit more of a backside run where it's gonna hit. So he does do that. There are some instances where he will say that, but our coaches do a great job in the beginning of the week going through and make sure the O-line understands the running back's read and what he's doing that play.
Gotcha.
So you saw these guys in week 5. A lot of things have changed for both clubs coming into week now. The divisional round of the playoffs. It's been a couple of months since you've seen this team. How different are these two teams than they were in week 5?
They're on a bit of a hot streak. When we played them earlier in the year, they were, they're a good team regardless, whether it was early in the season or whether it's now. Early in the year, people might have been saying that they were, they're not the same team as they were the year prior, or clearly they are. They're great. They're a great team, offense and on defense, and we're excited for the challenge.
And then Coach Daboll, just the other day when he was addressing the media, he was asked specifically, about Chris Jones, and he made it pretty plain. He said, that guy's a problem. How do you guys go about reducing the problem that he is and making him as ineffective as possible?
So we're going to stay stay true to our techniques and our coaching. The way we pass set, we're gonna do the same things we've been doing all year. At the end of the day, he's just the guy, with the number on his chest, and we're gonna execute our techniques. We're gonna execute our game plan. Doesn't matter who lines up across from us. We're gonna play Bills football.
And as this game gets closer and closer, what is the vibe in your locker room about, last year's AFC Championship game, the Week 5 win, what's being said, and the fact that your defense has been played so well and gotten no Pro Bowl players? I mean, what's the motivating vibe coming out of the Bills locker room?
Last year definitely left on the AFC Championship. It left a bad taste in our mouths, as you can imagine. And they have that picture of Steph at the end of the game, watching them, celebrate after that win that they had against us, and everybody's just excited to get back out there and verse them in their own stadium, and we'll come with some attitude. We're gonna come, we're gonna punch them right in the mouth. We're not gonna take any crap. And so a lot of the guys, we have high energy. We're excited for this game, and I'm excited to see how we do.
That is an answer to end on because I liked it a lot.
Yep.
So, Ryan, thanks very much for the time. Good luck out there in KC on Sunday. We hope you guys come home with the win.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Chris.